Well, hello everyone. So today I have something in my hands that was in my wish list for quite some time, almost close to 2.5 years, ever since the first Meta glasses by Ray-Ban came out. So this is the first generation Meta glasses, and it came down to as low as 16,000 rupees with bank offers during the 2026 Prime Day. So at that price point, whatever confusion or doubts regarding any wish list product that I have, that also went away. I mean, at this price point, it was just a steal deal. So I went ahead and purchased it from Amazon with my SBI card offer. It cost me somewhere around 16,000 rupees. So the next day it got delivered, and I have done some background research on the two generation of glasses out there in the market, the Gen 1 and Gen 2. From a picture quality point of view, there is very less of a difference because both are using 12 megapixel Sony sensor. So difference being Gen 1 captures up to 1080p at 60 hertz, while Gen 2 can capture up to 3K at 60 hertz, right? But from a real life visual experience, I found the footage, side by side comparisons, also very much similar. Apart from that, the Gen 1's single use battery lasts somewhere around 2 to 3 hours, while Gen 2, I think it lasts for around 6 7 hours. So that's the primary difference. From a quality point of view, I didn't see that much of a difference to pay like 2.5 times of whatever the price this was offered at. So I went ahead with it. Given that you have seen, right, I am a solo creator. Everything that I have to shoot is from with my own hands, right? So having a gadget like this, which you can wear, and just with a simple command, it will capture things around you, and with the kind of detail that it does with, it was something that I always had in my mind to get. And there is something that's very there are few products like that are able to provide Apple type of color as well as stabilization. So Apple 11 onwards, I mean mostly all the Apple devices post iOS iPhone 11 have very decent video qualities, right? And this one also feels like an Apple 12 or 11 or 13 sort of video that it captures. I would assume the sensors also would be very similar. A 12 megapixel sensor, it would be similar to the sensor that is used here. So it became a no-brainer sort of a decision when it was available at 16,000 versus, let's say, around 35,000 for the Gen 2 glasses, right? So I went ahead and purchased it. And yeah, apart from, I think, capturing video, it works perfectly as a regular replacement for your existing glass. It's hardly, I think, 45 grams. So what I have thought of is I would be using it as my daily driver. So I have regular prescription glasses, which is minus 1.50 for my right eye spherical and minus 0.75 on my right eye cylindrical, right? So I need to wear glasses at all times, but I hardly wear glasses when I am indoors, and I usually wear it only when I am driving. So with this glass, I have thought of getting a transition lens, and I would be using it mostly in all my activities, whether it's indoors or outdoors or driving. So it would become my full sort of daily driver. So setting up this glass is very simple. You just have to download the Meta app. Then you have to open your glasses cover flap, and then just follow the open instructions that come up on the screen. The device basically connects over Bluetooth and your home Wi-Fi network, and then maybe if you want to configure your apps, you can do that. After setting up the device, it will give you basic training, right? So the button on the right hand shoulder of the glass is which you use to click pictures or take videos. A small tap would take a picture and a longer tap will start a video. Then there is a touch panel on the same right hand shoulder. So there you can have different gestures, like just tapping it places or pauses the music, swiping it forward increases the volume, reverse decreases the volume, then tapping it twice helps receive a phone call. So again, you can learn these basics through any set of video, or you can just refer to the tutorial again. So that's it. The setting up process, again, extremely simple. I mean, what can be more simple? It's just like setting up a Bluetooth watch or something like that. So that is the user interface of the Meta app when the glass has been paired. So this section was captured by the glasses itself when it got triggered by the Hey Meta command training call out that was done during setup. And just look at the quality. I have cropped into 16:9 ratio because YouTube videos are typically of that format, but the meta glasses always capture in portrait dimensions, right? So it's a vertical arrangement of the video which is typically suited for Instagram and other social apps. So for YouTube, I have been waiting for the Meta Gen 2, which again unfortunately carried forward the same portrait orientation. Even now it doesn't have landscape, right? So the difference between the Gen 1 and Gen 2 were further marginalized. I had also kept following the B glasses by Lenskart for quite some time. Again, that's not a brand compared to what Ray-Ban is, but it offered the features that I wanted, which is landscape video. But none of the Meta Gen 1 and Gen 2 supports that. But strangely enough, the B smart glasses by Lenskart supports that. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get the B glasses, because again the image quality is very similar to what Ray-Ban offers, but that offers also landscape viewership. But then the product has been out of stock for the last 2 months since when I have been trying. So finally, at the price at which the Ray-Ban came at, I just straight away went ahead for it, and no more point waiting for the Lenskart glass. So the app interface is fairly simple. So in terms of resolution also, you just can set between two refresh rates. You can set up at 1080p at 30 fps or 1080p at 60 fps. But if you set up at 60 fps, the virtual stabilization that the device uses, that will not be applicable. So I have kept it at 1080p and 30 hertz, right? So apart from that, there is a battery saver option that I'll have to check how it works. And then it also comes with Find Device, with which you can locate your glasses in case you are not finding it nearby. So I had already decided on installing transition prescription lenses on my Ray-Ban Meta, and so the same day I went to this optical store called iWorld on Sarjapur Road, and I placed the order for the Crizal Essilor transition lens, and they were able to deliver it in just one day. Ray-Ban also is a subsidiary of Essilor Luxottica, and I have gone for the transition lens from the same brand, so it should do the task. Again, to ensure that the transition works fine, the technician just took it under UV light for 2 or 3 seconds and it turned pitch black. So it works. So it cost me 3,800 rupees for this Crizal Essilor transition lens, and I believe it's a good value. You can share your comment. So there it is, the device with the transition lens on. It was already night by the time I received it, so you can see it already turned back into clear transparent ones. Now from now on, I will start capturing the footage in the native 4:3 resolution. At the same time, I will be cropping the video in the next part of the video itself to show how it would look if I were to crop it to a regular widescreen landscape layout, right? So there I have cropped in, and the difference in quality, yes, you lose some of the content that has been captured, but yeah, the visual quality is manageable. And this is something that I've captured inside my kitchen, so you can see the clarity is really good, and also it seems fairly stable. So I think I would have loved to have a wider perspective, but even with the perspective that you get after cropping it out, it should sort of suffice the requirement that I have. I can anyway crop the video and get a 16:9 requirement. So something that was there in my mind for so long and was having me stuck with the decision of buying this device for so long, I don't think it was majorly an issue at all. So I can see a lot of folks crying out in Meta forums and all other places like that, requesting Meta to release a landscape option in the settings app. But yeah, you have the option of just cropping the video to 16:9. Even if Meta would have enabled that option, that would simply be cropping the video, which you can do anyway in your editing app, right? The sensor is vertically aligned, so that's why direct landscape mode, hardware supported landscape mode, as of now it's not possible. But the B glasses by Lenskart, I assume mostly would be using the same sensor, and they are able to achieve landscape videos. So I'm not sure. Anyway, so I have also added some night clips in both the standard 4:3 resolution as well as the cropped up 16:9, and you can decide for yourself what the quality looks like. From my experience, an iPhone 11 onwards would also give similar results. Even if I compare it with my iPhone 17 Pro, I would be getting a similar sort of result even with that. So these are usable, very usable footage, and even after cropping you can see a lot of details is still being retained. So enjoy the rest of the videos, folks. That was what I mostly had to cover. I hope it has been able to clear a lot of your doubts, and with some similar good content I will see you again. Thank you so much, and please like and subscribe.